G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing on this fine evening? Oh boy, the weather has been bloody fantastic today. I can't fault it at all. Just came off work, did a bit of a cruise now on the way home, so I thought I'd make a cheeky video wrapping up my series because I don't have enough knowledge about any other kinds of bikes to really make another one of this. So I've done why would you buy a sports bike, I've done why would you buy a cruiser bike. Now, I don't know anything about dirt bikes, I don't really know much about adventure bikes, so we're not really going to dive into that stuff. So, the natural progression of things is why would you buy a naked bike, okay? Why? Standard bikes, naked bikes, mate, they're all the same. They're becoming more and more popular in the old bike catalogue as of lately. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's been more and more popping up, and I'm all for it, because naked bikes are becoming the standard. Well, there's a reason I call them standard bikes. They're becoming the more and more suitable option for the average commute. Now, obviously, a Honda Rebel, phenomenal commuter, all right? But I'm telling you, they actually changed these signs back. I can't believe it. A naked bike, they are the epitome of commuting bikes, okay? They're also phenomenal weekend toys. So sports bikes are very dedicated, right? You're hunched over, you're leaning forward, you're in that zoomy boy position. Cruiser bikes, you're very laid back, either mid controls or fork controls, but there's land bars that don't turn very much, they're not fast, they're just comfortable. A naked bike is what you get when you combine both a cruiser bike and a sports bike. You get the best of both worlds, okay? It is fantastic at everything, but not a master of anything, okay? Ooh, I like that Mustang. So, a naked bike typically is geared more for street riding. Sure, they might hit 260 only kilometers an hour. Oh no, it can't hit 300 Ks. However will I survive? But 260 kilometers an hour, it's a solid amount of speed, all right, for your daily ride. I think the S1000R hits 260, 265. The M1000R can hit 300, but it's all wind resistance and also still. Mate, 260 Ks on the road, your average naked bike hits about 240, something like that. It's not slow, but they have the torque, man. The torque, they're geared for torque, and torque is the fun stuff. Sure, going fast on a super sport bike is great and all, but they don't have the torque that gets them there as fast. Now, I'm not saying they accelerate slow, because they bloody accelerate like a spaceship, mate. They just go, all right? Nothing wrong with that. I'm not faulting them at all right? Getting on a sports bike is wicked. That inline 4 power delivery is fantastic. Obviously a V4 as well, delicious power delivery, but when you have the shorter gears and more power, look, it may not be as fast on the acceleration technically, but it's the you get when you accelerate, you know what I mean? That pull when you chuck it in gear and it yeets you forward. That's why people like your cruisers with your big torque numbers. You feel it like it rips your arms out the socket. That's the fun part of the torque, man. You don't get that with sports bikes. Sure, you got to hold on for dear life with a sports bike, but it doesn't rip your arms off, you know what I mean? Now, I can't talk too highly on torque. I ride a Honda Rebel, right? They're not really known for their immense torque figures. But the point being is the torque is that, when you get a little bit of a launch forward. Now, your naked bikes are going to give that to you. What do you reckon they call the MT line? The Masters of Torque. MT09, MT10, MT07, not really the MT03, but the point being is they're masters of torque, baby. All about oomph in the arms, and that's the good stuff. Whereas, your sports bike, obviously an R1's still going to yeet you forward, but it's not the same, all right? They're just not built the same. Now, another thing about naked bikes, okay, is besides their looks, so this is a subjective point. Some people absolutely hate them. They reckon they're vile, disgusting things, but others, naked bikes look bloody sick. I reckon like the Triumphs, they look cool. Technically the Double R Speed Triple is a super naked or hyper naked. It's got a bikini fairing, but just at the front. So technically it is and isn't. It's like a hybrid naked. I reckon they're sexy. Okay, some people hate them. I think they're divine. Then you get your Triumph, like Thruxtons, they're naked bikes or cafe races stuff, but they're still nakedish. They're beautiful, man. It's the beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but looks are subjective, so we can't dwell on that topic for too long. I reckon naked bikes give you some good seating positions, right? Now, not every naked bike has the same seating position, right? They're all different. So I think the S1000R has a similar foot position, but the arms are different, okay? Triumphs have a very focused, they have a bit of a lean forward, but you know what I mean? Sports bikes, you tend to, a lot of the weight is in your wrists, and as you know, you're holding yourself up for quite a while when you ride those things. When you're on a sports bike, you got to hold it with your bloody legs. You got to hold it with your wrists. But when you ride a naked bike, you're sitting down and holding on as opposed to holding up. You know what I mean? You can't justify the sports bike comfort as a daily commuter all the time. Whereas if you're just cruising on you know what I mean? A naked bike, cruising on a naked bike, mate, you can do it all day. Look at it. Oh, my Hugh did a trip up the Bright. Fantastic. You're not going to have broken back and sore wrists after all that. I did a trip around the mountains with my mate Jason on his CBR, and this man the whole ride was worried about his back aching, and I'm just like, man, I'm chilling, chilling, you know what I mean? They're just made different. Now, my bike's a cruiser bike, but it's got a very naked bike position where it's just mid-controls. They're very, very close. They're not like out here. They're just nice and planted right near. Now, naked bikes, they can lean, okay? They can't lean quite as far as your sports bikes, and obviously you've got a handlebar on them, so they're not clip-ons. So the ergonomics for cornering are not as good, but I tell you what, they can lean over significantly more than your Harley Davidsons can, even my bike. All right, so they're good. They're absolutely the perfect street bike, dude. I would recommend you get all about it. And man, if you haven't jumped on the trend yet for the naked bikes, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? I really hope that wasn't my camera beeping and tell me that's turning off, because I would be very, very angry. If it was. Ooh, it's busy. I think we're still good. Man, naked bikes are a fun little thing. They're not the best thing I like about them. They've got a good blend of nimbleness. So when I rode the MT-09 of Hugh, that was the first thing I realized. It's quite flickable. It has quite a bit of nimble attitude about it. It's quite a fun bike to, you know, ride. I can imagine riding it all the time. They're not big, they're not too bad. Like, it's got a dirt bike style handlebar. It's really flat and wide, the MT-09, but they're nice things, right? I'd recommend it. So if you're one of those guys umming and ahhing about buying a bike and you don't know if you want a cruiser bike, oh, maybe no, that. It's usually a sports bike or a naked bike's the argument. If you are worried about comfort and you're planning on doing a lot of big rides and you're not familiar with riding a sports bike over long distances, I wouldn't recommend you do it, but also I would, because, well, you're only going to learn one way. But if you're really unsure, dude, get yourself a bloody naked bike and just send it. They've got the power if you like whipping wheelies. They've got acceleration. It's quite literally the whole package, and I wouldn't complain any day of the week. So, why would you buy a naked bike? Oh, because they're bloody good, mate. Oh, there's really nothing to fault with them. Unless you think they're ugly. In that case, mate, you can be wrong. It's alright. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. Unfortunately, yours is wrong. Okay? But other than that, ladies and gents, I do hope you've enjoyed. So, on the note, take it easy, keep it cheesy, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a good day. Peace, bye!